Yo, top of the top. You know what's going on, man. You know who it is, and if you don't, my name is Phattz, the Food and Phragrance with Phattz show. Today I'm here to bring you some of my favorite colognes from the house of Lataffa. It's a few of them, man. I was gonna bring more, but I feel like these four right here kind of defines me and my scent profile, or what I like. So we'll dive in. Okay, so for the fellas, for the ladies, we gotta put y'all on game so y'all know and y'all understand what y'all getting into when y'all buy these scents. You have three different types. You have four different types. You have the EDC, you have the EDT, you have the EDP, and you have the elixirs. So as you can see, how I broke it down, one is the worst, one is okay, one is the best, and one is top tier. So EDC is trash. In my opinion, you don't want to get EDC. EDC is not good. That's more like a Aeropostale cologne or a Hollister cologne like that. You don't want that. You want the EDT. Now EDT is Eau de Toilette. Toilette, the oil is there, which means it's gonna project a little bit, but the CI won't be as strong. But those are good. Those aren't bad, those are good. So when you see EDT, don't frown upon it right away. Those are good. Then you have the EDP. EDP is the big one. EDP is what you want. You want the EDP if you can't get an elixir of whatever house it is. EDP means that there's much more oil in there, and you know that's gonna last longer. The CI is gonna be way stronger. Any kind of elixir you get, that's top tier, that's big dog. So any elixir that you get is gonna be the one that lasts the longest, and people are gonna give you the most feedback for because it has the most oil, it's deeper. Now, you have to understand too that your body reacts differently to certain scents. You have some scents that are for the day, you have some scents that are for the night, you have some scents that are for parties, you have some scents that are for kicking around the house. The fresher ones, I'm not a big fan of. I've never been a fan of those. I don't like super masculine scents. I like some scents with some type of uniqueness to it. Me personally, I like the sweeter fragrances that are kind of like unisex, you know what I mean? Whereas a woman can wear them and a man can wear them, but not too feminine. You don't want to lean too feminine. I have some colognes that I bought and they kind of lean feminine, so I leave those be or I give it to my wife, you know? But me personally, I like the warmer. I like the gourmand scents. Gourmand is more sweet, more, you know, it smells way more sweet, more in depth. And I feel like more warm, not in depth, more warm. So, yeah, everybody's gonna be different when it comes to cologne scents. You got some people that like them loud ones. I don't like those real alcoholic ones. I don't like those. I don't like that scent. I like to be nice and smooth. You get me? All right, so I took a little dive into my cologne collection, which I have a lot. I think I'm on the upwards of about 150 colognes within a span of, you know, a year or two. It's really been a big thing. And it's like that because these brands or these houses are affordable. They're affordable. I'm not gonna say they're cheap. They're cheaper, but you know these are much better. And a lot of these are dupes of different colognes. Dupes mean duplicate. But what I've learned over the years is that these last way longer. Lataffa alone, I might have about 30, 40 Lataffas, and I have some that are not good to me, and I have some that are fire. These that I've picked are some of my favorites. And I'm gonna go from the least to the most fire. And you know, we'll dive into that. So as a fragrance collector, I wouldn't call myself an expert, nothing like that. I'm just a person that has a thing for these colognes. And I've been doing it for a little while. Like I said, we're all gonna have our own favorites and our least favorites. For me, I picked that out in this, you know, in this sequence. And my least favorite today is gonna be Al Nashama. Now, that's not to say that this is trash. It's not trash, it's a good scent, it's a great scent. I wear this a lot. This is actually my second bottle. It's more like a date night, you know, not too loud, not too quiet, just perfect right in the middle, you know. These have the high notes of ginger, lemon, cardamom, and middle notes. It's like lavender, you know, give you that, like, for me, it's like a minty. I think mint is one of the notes on here. And the base notes is like the amber, cedarwood. Cedarwood is fire, anything that you get, cedarwood is fire. Overall good scent. If I had to rate it, I would rate this a 7, which is not terrible. You'll probably look at a 7 and be like, that's wow, A 7 is pretty good when it comes to these scents. So Al Nashama, Lataffa, pardon me. It's from Lataffa, the house of Lataffa, Al Nashama. This is my least favorite. Next up, we have Lataffa's Oud Mood. Now, I can't lie to you. Oud Mood was one of those that was really surprising for me. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I actually smelled this on someone else. And I'm like that, I'm big on that. I hate to ask somebody a fragrance because I hate somebody to ask me, you know what I mean? But I don't mind giving the info. But this is like an oriental. This is so fire. This is so fire. I'm surprised that this is so low on the spectrum, but it is compared to these two. This right here is more, this is a scent that you're not gonna forget. This is gonna be a scent that's gonna open up the room. Like this is a little bit louder than a date night. This is more of, you're going to a cigar lounge. You're going to a hibachi. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like, it kind of can mix and mingle, or just you know what I mean? It's one of those. The top notes on this is rose. Rose is pretty fire for me. They got some saffron in here. It's spicy. It's real spicy. The main notes, the heart notes of this is like, it has floral notes, it has caramel. It's sweet. It's a sweet scent. If you're looking for masculine, this is not it, because I have actually smelt this on women and it smells amazing. You know, the base notes is just amber, you know, woody, it's musky. It's definitely a fire scent, but it's just not on my top. So Lataffa's Oud Mood, fire. If you can get this, just not in my top. Next up, this bad boy right here. This is an actual new buy. This automatically became one of my favorites instantly. I just got this in the mail, 2 days ago. A good friend of mine, he's another fragrance fanatic, and that's with PH. He definitely put me on with this. He was ranting and raving about this one. This is the Art of Arabia 3. There's 3 different versions, but to me, this one right here is just, whoa. This one doesn't have plum in it, but it gives me a plum vibe. The vibe on this is plum to me, but the top notes are Davana, Alabanum. I still don't know what Alabanum is. I've seen that in a lot of new fragrances. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to get to understand, so maybe somebody can give me some info on that. It has some bergamot and it has frankincense. Those are pretty good if you know anything about those scents. Fire. The middle notes is sandalwood, tobacco. I'm not a big fan of tobacco scents. I have a few of them that I would just never wear, but this lays in perfectly. The scent profile is amazing. You know, the base notes is the vanilla, the myrrh's fire, tonka bean, and patchouli. And pardon me, I forgot to speak on the patchouli that's in this Oud Mood. Both fire. Anything with patchouli that is my favorite, is one of my favorite scents. And yes, so this bad boy right here comes up as my number 2 favorite. This is Lataffa's Art of Arabia 3. Not 1 or 2, 3. Now, we came here to learn what was the best, in my opinion. The best to me that's on here, of the 4 that I picked of my favorite, will be Honor and Glory, Body Al Oud from Lataffa. When I tell you that this fragrance right here, I wore this the other night. It was a subtle night, a real chill night. It was an R&B night. I went to one of my friends' events. 4 or 5 sprays of this, and I literally got over 20 compliments that night. This scent right here is just, it's an oriental flavor, but it's more lavender. It's more like, this scent, it's a white bottle, but it's more purple. Like when you smell this, I get like a purple vibe. It's just cool. This has nutmeg in it. This has the lavender, of course. A lot of aromatics up top, you know what I mean? The heart notes of this is rich, deep, you know what I mean? Like it gives you that, I don't know, it's woodsy, but it's not. I don't know. I love it. Base notes in this is patchouli, of course. Patchouli is gonna be one of the notes that holler at you all the time. You know what I mean? It's musky. It's that warm feeling, man. This right here, you wear on, you know, one of them nights trying to impress the new old girl. You know what I'm saying? That's the one you do, man. Or, you know, that night where it's just one of those nights where you gotta take a drive and just get you a drink, or just, you know what I mean? Go catch a little bar or something real quick, or you want to just get some vibe, or you want some conversation, because it's a conversation sparker. It's a sweet scent. It's a beautiful scent, and I love it. So number one on my list is Honor and Glory, Body Al Oud. from Lataffa. Absolute fire. This is one of my blind buys, and I have the whole family of these. I have Sublime, I have Amethyst, I have another one as well. And this one right here stands out. My best. This is a must buy. Must buy. So the things that you learned today is of the favorites of my colognes. You know, again, I said I have over 150 of them, man. I probably got 10 more on the way. Fellas, you make sure that when you wear these scents, you wear them the right way. Make sure you're cleaning your body the right way. You know, if you're dirty and you're just throwing cologne on, it's not gonna work. It's gonna have an adverse effect. You spray these colognes on, man, you make sure you hit the front, sides of your neck. You know, you make sure you do all the areas that's the most hot on your body. Any part of your body that warms up. Tired of seeing y'all spray colognes everywhere, spraying y'all colognes. That's nasty work, man. We grown men. Half of the people that watch this is 30 plus, and even for my young boys, I'm putting you on some game. You get what I mean? And stop watching names, man. Stop watching the names. Stop watching names of these colognes. I'm telling you, half of these names that y'all see on these big names, big brands, they be trash. I got a lot of house names. I got the Dior's, I got the Versace's, I got the Carolina Herrera's. I have, you name it, I got them. I just haven't gotten to the Mancera's and things of that sort. There's a lot I don't have, but I have a lot of colognes, and a lot of them are just, I won't say garbage, but they're just not good. If anybody needs a 1-2 conversation for me to figure out, or you to figure out where to, you know what I mean, or how to get these, or which one you should get, and I'll give you info on other ones, you know what I mean? Always tap in with me. Yeah, man, and that's pretty much that, man, you know? The scent game is a big thing now, man, I'm glad. I'm glad it is, because a lot of people for a lot of years have been sitting around funky, man. And you know, I'm seeing fellas picking up the weights and they picking up these colognes, so that makes sense, you know. So it means we're evolving. So absolutely, man. So yeah, absolutely, man. Y'all go out and y'all go get these, man. You know. But this is the segment of the show I'm quite sure y'all familiar with. If you're not, we call this Fact Check. This is where we go in and dive into a conversation that is pretty much, you know, a big deal for me on my spectrum of life. This one is to the fellas. Keep your ear to these streets through the females. I get you. But do that without gossiping. You do that without asking these questions. If a female's coming to you and the female's having a conversation with you, unless it's like, you know, crazy, different, like personal things like that, and you don't indulge in that. You don't speak on that, that's not playable. But if they talking just regular, or they talking street stuff that, you know, pertains to you in your life, you know, or could possibly harm you or a situation where you're at, keep your ear to it, but don't gossip, don't involve, don't indulge in that. That's sucker business, man. We don't do that. That's something that I don't think no man should do. You know, listen, keep your ear to the streets as you should. Me, I'm a man that's been out of the streets for over 14 years, and I say that proudly. And I keep my ear to the streets by just listening. I listen. I don't talk. I won't even ask a question. I'll let you talk. I'll listen. But that's the way to stay alive. I've been alive thus far because I've listened. And you'll learn so much in life once you start learning to not talk as much as you listen. You have 2 ears for a reason and 1 mouth. It's a game for you, man. But until next time, you know what's going on. You know who this is. It's Phattz from the Food and Fragrance with Phattz show. And that's spelled with PH. So make sure yours is intact. Get with me, man.